is gonna rock. There's so many people out there that are like, I'm gonna start this thing, I'm gonna do this thing. And that's awesome, right? That shows that they've got drive and that they have a desire and they're gonna do this thing. That's awesome. Okay, then it's like insert confusion, insert starting down the wrong direction, insert all of those negative things immediately. It's like, bam, I want to do this. Awesome, I'm off to the races in the wrong direction. Okay, so that's what we're going to fix today. Let's see here. If you are watching this, well, let me get my thing here. There it is. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you click on the right there subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on if you're not watching this on YouTube. After the video, if you like what I'm talking about, go over to YouTube, search my first and last name, click on the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. You guys, the videos are always going to be gold nuggets on how to be successful working from home, period. And quite honestly, that's working from home in income streams or working from home because you can't work anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just about life balance because you're working at home and you need to be able to be successful doing so, right? Working from home is working from home, y'all. All right, so let me get this off the screen. Let me say good morning to some of you guys here. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Leslie and Elle. Good morning to you. Oh, everybody's showing up in this weird space over here. All right, so let me go ahead and get this going. So today what we are talking about is how you should not start your side hustle idea until you watch this. Okay? So again, what I was talking about before is a lot of people, they decide that they want to do a side hustle, which is awesome. That's great, right? I'm all about it. Except that as soon as they start, they get headed off in the wrong direction immediately. And people are like, oh my gosh, this isn't working for me. No, that doesn't work for anybody, okay? Like you just have to make sure you're doing the stuff right out of the gate, okay, you guys? So again, don't start your side hustle idea until you watch this. Let's go. Number one, make sure it feels good because it could be your forever gig. Some people approach side hustles as short-lived, short-term things. They believe that it's not going to, they subconsciously believe it's not actually going to be successful. And so then they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to start doing whatever. I'm going to start doing whatever brings in money, right? Be so very careful because your side hustle could very easily end up your forever gig. And do you want that? So instead of being hasty, right? I know that there are so many of us that have the entrepreneurial bug and the entrepreneurial spirit that as soon as we see something, we're like, whew, that's it. I'm going to do it. I'm doing that. 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 Right? And then you start doing it and you're like, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this. 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 Right? My suggestion to you is, first of all, take a deep breath. Let's woo-saw it out, right? Take a deep breath. And let's really think about what we want to be doing for the rest of our lives. Okay? If we approach our side hustle as something that we want to do for the rest of our lives, it is very likely going to be something we get to do for the rest of our lives. Okay? Make sure that we know this. Make sure that whenever you're choosing what you're going to do as a side hustle, that it makes you feel good. Okay? And that's the stuff that I teach in HBR. I teach you how to be able to find that thing that feels good for you, and then to be able to find other income streams that go alongside it, and then they can all work together, and then you're in service to your community. You wake up every morning, it's like Snow White, right? You wake up every morning, there's birds. I think the birds, they come in and they take the blankets off of you, you know? And then you have like deer come in and they feed you breakfast in bed. It's like, it's that sort of feeling. That doesn't actually happen. I don't want emails from people that are like, I did this. Also, birds didn't take me out of bed in the morning. So like, let's be realistic also. But it's that kind of feeling. It's that kind of feeling, you guys, whenever you wake up and you know that you get to serve people and you know that you get to help other people's lives be better because of the way that you show up in the world. That's what HBR is all about. We're not about just making money. We're about making positive impact. And the positive impact then begets money. Yes, of course. But first and foremost, positive impact. Okay, you guys? So number 1, don't start your side hustle idea. Oh, wait, no, that's the title. Ha, just kidding. Number 1, make sure it feels good because it could be your forever gig, okay? Number 2, get a goal for what you want it to cover to make up what you're going to be letting go of or what you're going to be releasing, okay? So what does that mean? Set a goal for what you want to make with this side hustle. What is the amount of money you want to make with this side hustle? Do not confuse this with only chasing dollars. This is a goal so we can work backwards from that, okay? What is the amount of money that you need to make from this side gig to make it lucrative for you right now, okay? And then every month, what I suggest is that every month you update that goal because every month it should be different because we should be hitting goals. Does that make sense? So the very first month, maybe it's something like $250. You're like, okay, well, that's $250. There's some money that I can have, right? Like that's a car payment, or that's whatever it is for you. Whatever $250 is for you, that's what that is, okay? And then maybe the next month you're like, okay, I hit that $250, that's awesome. Maybe the next month it's $500. And then the next month it's $1,000. Maybe the next month it's $5,000. Maybe you just take a flying leap, right? What we need to do is we need to set these sorts of goals in our mind about what our side gig is going to do for us, because if we don't set those goals, you guys, we do not hit the goals we do not set, okay? Again, like I talk about this often, goals are my jam. If you're not able to see where you're going, you will never ever actually be able to get there. So even at this point in my business, I still set goals. It's not like you get to a certain point where you're like, I could just not work at all anymore, right? I mean, I technically don't need to work at all anymore, but I choose to, and I choose to set goals because I'm not ever going to be without goals. I think that a life without goals is now becoming a life without mission and purpose again. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have a life without goals, you have a life without mission and purpose. Goals equal mission and purpose, because whenever we say, I want to, be able to make $250 this month, then you reverse engineer it and you think, okay, how would I be able to do that? In service to my people, how can I serve to be able to bring in $250, right? How can I help them out and be able to bring this in, right? There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually how we should be looking at things. Instead of, I have to work this job that I hate, that makes me feel less than, that makes me feel, depressed and anxious, and all of those things that sometimes, if we have to work a job that we don't love, makes us feel like, right? Instead, what we need to do is we need to be able to responsibly wean ourselves from that situation. Yes, I said wean ourselves from that situation. I didn't know I was going to say it either, you guys. We need to wean ourselves from that situation, and we need to be able to move into a new space. But we move into this new space with planning and with goals instead of by accident. Because if you move into this new space by accident, you'll never ever believe that it's sustainable because it happened by accident. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 3. So don't start your side hustle idea until you see these 3 things, right? Number 3, find a community that will support your change. This is number 3, but the most important thing I could possibly say to you, okay? You need to surround yourself with people that are going the same direction you're going and that are supporting each other along the way. Not people that are competing with each other, people that are supporting each other, okay? So notice I'm not saying you should hang out with all the people that you've been hanging out with your whole life, even if they tell you you can't do things, even if they don't believe they can do things either, right? God bless them. It's not like people are being malicious with their limitations, but if you're not careful, their limitations become your limitations simply by expectation, okay? Simply because they don't believe they can do it themselves, so by proxy, they don't believe that you can either. It's the human experience. It's what happens, okay? So what we need to do to combat that, what we need to do instead is not get rid of our family and friends, right? You don't kick them out and say, no, I'm doing bigger, better things. You're out of here, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that their circle, like if we look at our sphere of influence, right? There's us, and then there's a circle that is close to us, our inner circle. And then there's a circle that is a little bit further out. I would put those people, instead of your inner circle, I would put those people one circle out. And what that means in actuality is maybe talking to them half as much during the week. Doesn't mean not talking to them at all. Talk to them half as much. Give them half of the effect on your life that they currently have. Does that make sense? So your inner circle people should be your people that are rooting for you. Your people that are doing the same thing as you or love you and want to see you do better and are not directly affected in a negative way by your success. Sometimes people see our success and it affects them in a negative way. It makes them, it's a mirror. Essentially, here's what it is it's a mirror to them. And they see our success and then they're like, they see what they haven't done, right? They see what they believe they can't do. I'm not saying they really can't. They believe they can't do and that they haven't done yet. And so it affects them in a negative way, which then projects right back out to you, okay? Do you see why we need to protect ourselves from this? Not from the people. They love us very much and we love them. I'm not at all debating that. But I am telling you that we need to protect our headspace. If we're really going to do something in this world, we have to protect our headspace, okay? So we put those people on the outer circle, and then on the inner circle are our cheerleaders and our people that are doing it alongside you, okay? If you do not have those people, I have those people for you. I have a group on Facebook. It's free. Just join. It's a massive community of people doing the same stuff. We're all pushing each other to be better every single day, okay? The link is in the description of this video. It's called Heart-Centered and Successful Work-at-Home Moms. If you're not a mom, yes, you can come in. Just moms are my jam, right? We also have something in there called the 90-day side gig to main gig challenge. And it's not a fluffy challenge. It's not like, hey, call this person today, and then that's it, right? It's literally 90 days of, we're on day 61 now, but you start at day 1, okay? You start at day 1, all right? We're on day 61, and every day is something substantial, okay? Something substantial that you need to know. You guys have been doing this for 10 years. I'm well versed in working from home in an efficient and massively successful way, okay? So these daily activities I have you do is walking you to the point that you need to be. It's teaching you things without you even buying courses or whatever. It's teaching you all the stuff you need to know to build a strong foundation. Okay, you guys? So that is it's the 90-day side gig to main gig challenge. It's in unit 2 once you join the group. So there's that. Need to end that. All right. Oh, goodness. Where am I? All right, you guys. Boom. Pow. Also, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that has happened. So there's my book. If you don't have my book yet, you need it because there's free coaching. There's 9 months of free coaching that comes along with it, period. I don't even need to say anything more than that. If you're already in my red carpet group for my book pre-sale, you need it. Tell us in the comments what your thoughts are of being in that red carpet group. It's insanity. There's also free stuff, giveaways, all sorts of stuff that happens in there. But that's where you get this book, marthasbook.com. I also released last night my idea book. So my idea book is essentially a notebook because I dig notebooks. I have notebooks everywhere. It's a notebook that has all of the questions that I run my own ideas through, because as entrepreneurs, we have like massive ideas all the time, right? Where we're just like, oh my gosh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and then all of a sudden you're paralyzed and you can't do anything. So what my idea book does is it runs you through all the questions I ask myself to see if an idea is viable in the first place, if it's something I should spend any time on at all, and then also where does it fit? Is this something I implement right now, or is it something I implement later? And that's where you start really being able to build out your different ideas that are coming in. Also, it comes with a pen. And then I'm making a course to go along with it as well, which will be released the middle of next month, okay? And that course is going to be about time management. It's going to be about choosing which ideas to do when. Like, it's going to be all sorts of awesome stuff and accountability, just great stuff. So basically really how to use the idea book like a boss. So all of that just comes with the idea book, and you get that at Martha's Idea Book. So my home-based revolution is marthasbook.com. My idea book is marthasideabook.com. That's where you get that. Okay, just so you know. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Good morning, everybody. I see you. Good mornings. Good mornings. Oh, man, just finished listening to a Joe Dispenza podcast. Heck yeah. I like Joe. Joe's a good guy. Sheila, hello. Amanda, where was this advice 10 years ago? Exactly. Girl, I am trying to help the people that are starting out right now. So they don't have to go through that stuff, right? Man. Let's see. Oh, good morning, Val. Marissa, LOL, I'm going to do all the things. That's what people do, man. Let's see. Amanda, at this point, I feel like I don't really know what I want to do for the rest of my life. I just want something that is successful. Successful feels good. Well, successful, so then the question there is, what is success to you? That's what you have to, because successful is way too general of a term. What is success? Is success being able to hang out with your family? Is success having enough money to pay the bills and then having X number of dollars to be able to put towards savings? If it is, what is that amount and what's the X number of dollars? You need to get so specific, because successful never happens. Because you don't define success. You have to define success. Leslie, I have been noticing the birds singing outside more. See, there it is. Elle, I just have a cat on my chest with a paw on my face. Am I doing something wrong? No, you're doing it right. You're totally doing right. Let's see. Oh, Deborah, okay, I'm getting one. I have a little friend that I'm bringing in too. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Leslie, the HBR community is boss. So grateful. The HBR is boss. HBR is amazing. And yes, Heather, there is a place where you can get both books. I just don't describe them on both things. Whenever you go to the actual, to marthasbook.com or marthasideabook.com, up at the top, you'll see something that says catalog. If you click on that, you'll see both books. You can choose both books, put them in a cart and get them. Okay, so this is marketing. Hi, I'm a marketer. This is marketing. I'm just directing you to the book I'm specifically talking about. So, all right, I'm going to pop out of here. I love you guys. I will see you later.